Thick and thin? No.
Thick and thin.
Oh, shit. You're back again with thick and thin. So should we start with like hola? You know we didn't practice intro. Alright, like it. These are your host.
Adi.
And your name? My name? What are I don't know. This is what you are. This is and she tells me when I'm doing puras fallas. Cut.
Should we?
We're gonna restart. Yeah. Hola Mi Gente. My name is Julio, and this is
Adi.
and we are Raices Podcast. It's 2025, so
yeah, it's January 1st. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. You probably won't see it on January 1st, but just know we record it.
You'll know.
When you see New Year's resolution, start a podcast.
Literally day one.
I woke up tired. I was like, we still recording? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's start the year off right.
Forget the gym. You know, we started a podcast instead.
Healthy workout. Out of here. Nah.
But yeah, I'm really excited though about this. You know, how long ago did we say we were gonna start it though?
Probably like a month ago, to be honest.
Was it a month ago? I felt like it was the summer though.
We probably just like mentioned it. You know.
And the name also, like, you know, what brought it to your head? Like, you know, thinking of the name Raices.
At the end of the day, it's like where you come from. And I feel like a lot of people have different backstories, different roots, but it's also like roots, like sometimes they're interconnected. So I feel like although we're all like separated, at the end of the day, we all come together in one way or another. So with this podcast, we are hoping to interview different people, see where they're coming from, see their backstory.
Definitely. You know, this little space right here, this is where they'll be at. Little banquita right there. Yeah. But it's very exciting though, because, you know, I feel like we always, like through our, you know, journeys or little events that we go to or even that we have, someone always has a story that we didn't even know.
Come across somebody and like you start talking or chatting, see that you guys have something in common. So there's always like those little chats.
Sometimes they're unforgettable and you're like, yo, like people gotta like hear this, or like, you know, I feel like someone will connect with this.
I feel like some people really just leave a lasting impression on you. Some little word or little saying just like sticks with you and like, oh shit, like I feel like people should hear this story, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, let's talk about us, or like 2 sentences, 3 sentences about you. Who is Adi?
I'll go first because, you know, everybody knows Julio.
Everyone knows.
So my name's Adi, and I am one of the creatives with Con Tiempo. I do my own little like videos as well, a little bit of the creative mind of some of the shoots that we've had or events that we've organized.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't probably noticed that. They're like, yo, something changed for the better of Con Tiempo. This is it. Like, she like, ponte pilas. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? Obviously, I'm Con Tiempo. My name is Julio. I do events now, also just to show more of the community and also show the creators that are around us. And so this is why when Adi came with the idea was creating the Raices podcast, I thought it was very beautiful because just behind the reason for it. Because again, you know, everyone has a story, and even the story can impact someone and just connect them. Funny thing is, we just met like how long ago? Like 3 months, 2 months ago?
It was on July 3rd.
She was in a dark place and I'm the sun came out. So it was like, we were in like cueva, like, hello, like Marco Polo.
Yeah, but funny enough, we had already met. We were vending at Plaza
Floritaria. I would vend there. Shout out to them. They're always like, you know, supporting vendors and all that. So you saw me there.
We just like briefly like met, I guess, just saw each other. I remember you. You don't remember me.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I meet so many people.
Talk to you.
You just saw like the top view. For someone who don't know, she's actually like 6 foot tall, and I'm like 5'4".
Yeah, I'm pretty tall.
I'm actually like 5'6" though.
Sure. We'll go with 5'6". Yeah, we met at a Brizzy event. Like, you know, their events are always great too. You were there, and we.
You could have spotted me easily. Who's the guy with the puppy?
Yeah, I was like, wait, like, what is that in the tote bag? Like, did he bring his little toy?
Did he bring his little toy?
Was that like your 3rd event, 4th event, or?
It was like the 2nd time I went, you know, just so I could record my puppet, see how it is. But I was very like nervous too, because remember, I'm a guy with a puppet. Like it wasn't a thing. But this puppet, it wasn't a thing at all. Yeah, it was just starting.
And I think you took both of them out, and so you were like holding both, and you were giving it to my friend, but my friend was too shy to take it.
No one wanted to grab the puppet.
Let me take it. I was like, let's just do it for fun, and that was like our first video.
Yeah, we didn't say hi. My name is. It was just like right there, boom. She knew what to do. She's like, I'm ready. In another multiverse, you never grabbed the puppet. No one. And I just stopped. I never did it again. I
And
never
then our second event, we went to Amigos event as well, which their events are also really great. It was a Jaripeo night, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like dressed in this all like pinked out.
Yo, you look like you were like going to a Rebelde concert. Oh yeah.
And I was just there like pink the fuck out.
Oh
Pink
my
hat,
goodness, brightness.
Everything.
So bro, we stand that out again. There's this girl that was all pink, and then there's this other dude with a puppet. Hey, what do you think people think? I'm like, yo, like, who brought the entertainment? Like, why didn't you say there was a show? After that, we went again to another event, and that time it was just us. This time,
yeah,
I learned your name. You remembered mine.
Yeah, we went to go eat.
Yeah, chicken. There's one time you don't like to eat chicken that much chicken. You don't eat at all.
Yeah, I didn't. No comment.
No comment.
Some of our friends, like from that same group, sometimes they couldn't make it to events. Me and him just like kept hitting each other up, like, "Hey, like, are you gonna go here?" And we just like ended up going to like every single like event after that.
During the fashion show thing, when I told you we got the location, it was game plan. Like things started rolling, everything started processing, but it was so quick. Like we had what, like 5 weeks. 5-6 weeks just to plan it out.
It was very quick,
and it was just like I had just met you, so we were just trying like understanding each other.
I think you also had just met a couple of the other models as well.
Yeah,
because you were like, oh shit, now I have a location. Like let's.
Everyone like in that model was just like they have such great talent, and the energy was really good, and we learned from each other.
Yeah, we definitely learned a lot from each other. But I'm super proud of everybody. Like everybody who was a part of the show. Like one way or another, we all helped out each other, and it was a really beautiful thing to see.
Like that's my main thing always. We're supporting each other always. Like that's why I always wanted Con Tiempo to be for. Just like motivating each other, helping each other, finding connections within each other. Like we learned little things from each other, and it was just like now we just support, and like we go to each other's events. And this year we're gonna do even more.
So 2025, we're hoping for a lot more events.
You think by the time this episode comes up, they already know the event that's happening this January?
Who knows?
Who watches will know, because we'll talk about it. So that's it. You'll know. Whatever. You should watch
episode, we have an event coming in January.
Because I don't know, collaborating sometimes with people, like you don't know like what they want to do. Also, they don't know. You don't know if they might like your idea.
I think it's always about communication. Just because, if there is no communication, you're not saying how you're feeling, what your thoughts are. The other person, like, can't read your mind, like, you always have to, like, have that line of communication open with each other.
That's why I feel me and you clicked, such like great vibes, too, because we can't hide our emotions. Like, if I start getting cranky, I'm like, oh, he's tired.
Your face also says it. Like... you have that little arch brow, like what? I'm like, okay.
He's tired. That's it.
I'll take over.
Funny thing, we're very opposites though too.
I'm a homebody. As much as like people don't believe me,
see her outside.
As much as you see me outside, I am a homebody, like true and through. Right?
Isn't thick and what? But I don't think you're saying it right, and I don't think I'm saying it right either. Thick and thin? No.
Thick and thin.
Rebecca Dan was thick and thin. Anyways,
it was like we always saw each other at events. We got comfortable being around each other. Seeing him every single weekend is like over it, bro. Tired of this shit.
I wonder what's next. How many more like new projects we have like for later on. Well, this one is one. I was watching people's like 2024, like what they did in the year, and I just thought about it like, wow, like a year, so many things can happen.
About me, like beginning of this year, well, last year, 2024, I think I had like gone through a breakup or whatever. But then it was also my friend's wedding, so I was traveling. I was just like, going about my day to day. It wasn't as eventful as I would say the end of the year started to get. Oh
yeah, well, it wasn't expected. I didn't expect all of that. Beginning of the year, I was falling more into being an alcoholic. I was drinking a lot, like nonstop. I think I would say like 3 times a week. But it was just that, I went through the breakup because I'm being an alcoholic and all of that. And other things, of course. I decided to become sober around June.
June.
Yeah, it was
Oh, a
June
month before.
before I met you.
Yeah.
So it was just like when I started becoming sober, things started changing, shifting. Con tiempo, I started focusing more on con tiempo. I started doing more, like, wanting to do some events, been bending more. And I think that's when I started meeting you, which also makes you think, like, does the universe put you in places when when it knows that you're ready? For me, I don't like losing people. I always try to keep that connection too with everyone that I meet. But also, that's one of the things I have to learn. Sometimes, if it doesn't click, it doesn't click. If you have to let go, let go.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's also hard to let go of people. It's not always easy keeping in touch. With anything, if you actually want to do something, you'll put effort into it.
No, yeah, definitely, definitely. And Raices, man. Like, such a great name too. I liked it when you mentioned it because I always had this quote, like, since I started con tiempo,
Really?
like, when I look at my feet, I see my roots.
Oh.
And so I always think about it, with us, like the Chicano culture. Sometimes, being here, like in the States, they don't identify you as an American, they identify you as Mexican. But you go to Mexico, they don't see you as Mexican, they see you
Yeah.
as American. So most of us usually, the Mexican community that lives here, either way, we still feel lost because we're neither accepted or here or there, or even the community sometimes doesn't accept you because depending on how you are, how you talk, and how you dress.
I think within our own community, sometimes there's sub communities. And so that's kind of where it gets a little tricky and dicey because like we kind of lose our community.
This is why I feel like everything we do is really like awesome because we're always trying to, get into somewhere new, bring everyone together,
Yeah.
and everyone's just like, whoa, like, this is something new. Like, oh, like our photo gallery that we did.
And the location was the Cactus Shop, and I had been there, I would say a handful of times like before, but I always enjoy that place. The food's always great. The ambience,
Like the aguachiles.
the aguachile. Their interior design is really like it's like little Mexico. It fit perfectly for our photo gallery that we did.
I remember when you told me, like, we were talking about it and you showed me like the pictures for the photo shoot, and I was like, looks cool, let's go check it out. I was waiting for you that day and I had just texted you, oh, I got the place. What?
You had already like talked to the owner or whatever, and so I just got there and I was like, hey, I'm just coming in here to eat, so you don't need me.
Like, did it ever come to your head, like, your mind, like, I'm gonna do an event later on here?
No, not necessarily. I don't think I've like doing events had never crossed my mind.
How do you feel now, seeing both like versions of you? At one moment you were just a customer there, now being part, like, hosting an event there.
It's kind of surreal too. But as with everything, it's like con tiempo, like with time, like it wasn't my time until now, and then I start to like work with you and like with the events. Like time is of the essence. Time is always
manifesting it too.
Manifesting
everything that we want to do, bring it out there to the universe.
I started to like really like write down my ideas, manifest things into my life. And funny enough, the day that we met, I had done a shoot in the morning and then I went to a gym chef session. So that day was like really pretty packed for me. And then I still managed to go to the party.
No, yeah.
Which is something that I kind of really hadn't done in a minute. As I said, I love being a homebody. A couple days before that, a couple weeks, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, let me try something new. Let me get back out there. But yeah, so like slowly, I guess that was like a little like transition and manifesting.
No, yeah, definitely was, because even for me, that day was like very like, it was a rough day. Again, I was just recently just going through the breakup. I was arguing also with my ex-partner. The mood was just like not it. I was not at the moment, but I knew I went there to create some content, and so I just had to, stay, have fun, and Jesus told me he was coming, so I'm like, you know what, I have friends here. I should just change my character right now, and so it just things just happen for a reason.
Some things are just out of your control, and it happens when it happens.
But now it's Raices Podcast.
Now it's all about Raices. We hope to interview more people, hear their backstories, hear the background. There's so many other creatives that we would like to work with, and it's always about like helping each other, to be honest.
No, yeah, being supportive, any type of way, a share, alike, that goes a really a long way. And so this is just the beginning. We'll Things will change throughout the year because this year just looks really amazing.
Yeah, we're super excited.
Should we have like an outro? What should be an outro? Like, make sure to subscribe. Also, apologize for like if you see we changed it because my laugh is too loud.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do a weekly podcast.
We will have weekly podcasts.
All right, we will. So please subscribe,
and just check
share.
out. You see, you might have little different chairs too. Like
I can't.
No, but yeah, you think they heard that? Anyway, thank you again for hearing us. Take care. Until the next time. Bye.